Hi, good morning to everyone, and welcome to the CXO's Journey and HR Mantra powered by the Manobala. Today we have the very special guest, Mr. Mahesh Deshpande from the Japan, and it's my privilege that I'm hosting Mr. Deshpande, who having more than 3 decades of experience. He is a national TV guest, investors, and he worked in the French bank. He worked as a CTO, and currently he is a founder of the Nozomi Infotech from Japan. Welcome to the show, sir. I am so thankful to you.
Thank you.
Accepted my invitation. Can we start the show, sir? So, sir, my just first question to you, what initially inspired you to pursue your career in leadership and business strategy? When I go for your profile, uh, everybody having journey. Can you just give the background of your journey uh, from India to Japan and work with the decades of different sector? What inspired you to that?
This is going to be a long answer, but to begin with, I will give you a gist. Um this is a result of good people in the society. Otherwise, I have seen people from IIT, IIM struggle, and they have been really very good at IQ, EQ, SQ, but somehow it did not work for them because they were not good people to push them actually or pull them upwards.
Right.
In my case, I'm very lazy. I come from a small town. I studied in Marathi medium municipal school, and I did not go to the school until third grade because Deshpande is a big name in Maharashtra, and so we were running schools with landlords. So I thought, what is the need for education? So I didn't go to the school until. So my case is very. It's not a rule or it's not a template. It's not a model to follow. It's a very exceptional case where suddenly I saw that good people are trying to pull me upwards. So when I started, for us, my mother used to say, आम्हाला नागपूरला जायचं आहे आणि we have to go to Nagpur somehow. So we were 100 kilometers south of Nagpur, and Nagpur was the dreamland, Disneyland, everything for us. So Nagpur is second tier capital, second capital of Maharashtra after Mumbai.
Right.
I had not gone to Mumbai until the age of 23. I had not seen the sea waters actually. We were only inlands and rivers and canals and lakes.
Right.
Uh, so there was no dream actually. I just got 100 marks in my mathematics and for
Right.
12th grade, and without any tuition, I used to also not go to college regularly. But this has come from my mother. She was exceptional, had an exceptional IQ. And then that is history actually. After I got 100 marks, I got admission into a very prestigious Vishwesvaraya Regional College of Engineering, Nagpur. And I used to go there by cycle and then become aeroplane actually in the campus. And then
Oh,
it flew me to Mumbai and flew from Mumbai to Tokyo. And after that, there was a big wave of investment banking. So already the company I was working, Tata Unisys, the employees or ex-employees from Tata Unisys were working in that bank. So they pulled me into investment banking as a programmer. And that was those days actually the trading systems were not there. It was all stock exchange terminal, manual entry. So suddenly that wave, just like the AI wave that is now going on,
right.
that wave had started trading system automation, and I was the programmer. And out of the blue, I got a project on futures option, which is a very complicated financial product. So that was my first project, and all my 30 years now, I have a specialization in futures options trading. We used to handle 20% of Nikkei futures options. So it all, one thing led to another. It's like a sliding door, right? One door opens, then next, then the next. And there was no actually time delay in between. I came from Vani to Nagpur, Nagpur to Mumbai, Mumbai to Tokyo, Tokyo to investment banking, founding companies and founding communities and whatnot. I cannot believe myself actually that this has happened. Is my story. Yeah,
Definitely.
it's a long answer, but it's a result of good people.
Good, good, sir. Good. So network and the good people always give the path. And if into continue this question, I wanted to who are your biggest mentor who in your career? Uh, I mean, or you can say role model uh, who has shaped your leadership career or leadership approach. If you want to name it someone.
I won't name it because then it will create problem because others will think that I'm not taking their name. But
Right.
there was a boss in Tokyo who actually pulled me into investment banking, and then from there it started. There is also a boss where I have been a part of a board member in Tokyo of a major Indian school here. So the boss lives in Singapore. The boss from Credit Agricole Investment Bank lives in London now. They're all Indian bosses and somehow connected from my college in Nagpur.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Sir,
They're 10 years elder to me. So I'm 56. They must be 65. That kind of age range.
right, right.
Yeah.
So what personal value guide you in decision making, especially in the cross borders role?
The cross borders actually it's like a football game, soccer game. There are midfielders, there is a defense line, there is shooter.
Right.
So corporate is like that. Everybody has job description. But what happens is actually there are gaps on the border actually. So
Mm.
midfielder will say, okay, my duty is over now. You take it. So the shooter has to take the ball from there. The defense will say, okay, my duty is only to clear the ball. I will hit anywhere, so I don't have to care whether this is going this direction. I just have been given the role of not letting the ball go to the goal. So then what happens is if three departments keep telling the same story, there will be no goal at all
Right.
because and that's the role of the CEO of a C level. So normally people in execution are doing their jobs. They have job description, they have KRA, so everything is happening automatically. But that autopilot doesn't work always. And most of the important thing of a CEO is actually to get the incoming funds into the bank account. So the bank account number like 236 that number I have to repeat many times with the client on the phone. So because that can get stuck there only
Right.
at the bank account number. So there are small things that are required at the C level, just because everything is happening. The large picture is always happening at the execution level, but
Right.
then between the two departments, there are a lot of gaps, a lot of misunderstanding, some politics, and documents not maintained properly. There are so many things, and that actually the C level job looks like a glamour and all kinds of publicity, but there are very small things that C level has to do because
Right.
it gets stuck everywhere. The ball gets stuck between the
Right.
two departments. Mhm.
Right.
And momentum is the name of the game. If the momentum is lost, the company loses actually.
Correct. Correct.
Mhm.
Sir, how do you balance in personal and professional life when you're working across geographies and cultures?
I'm a very small town guy, so I prefer giving more time with family and at home. And I'm not very strict about the goals that I have to achieve. Whatever I was achieving, it is beyond my dreams actually. As I said, our dream was to go to Nagpur only, and
Hmm.
this Mumbai or Tokyo is all bonus. Um,
Right.
Actually, my role model, if you see, it is MS Dhoni. He came from a small town, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and he did not come from Mumbai or Delhi and the big coaches. And he just said his game was simple. There is a ball and there is a bat, and ball has to be hit. So I also always keep it simple. I don't get into complexities of corporate and this and that and all kinds of jargon.
Right.
And because if you lose your focus, you lose everything.
Of course. Of course.
Mm.
And sir, I'm sure when anyone get involved in terms of this kind of the journey, what is your fitness mantra? I wanted to say, you looking fit, uh, God grace, and what is your fitness mantra, sir?
We come from this Ayurvedic background, right? So there's like a lot of processes that I follow. Recently, last 1 year, I'm having only one meal at 4 p.m.
Okay.
This is coming from our culture, Indian culture, actually. And even though in Tokyo, I am a small town guy, and I always my operating system is coming from a small. It's like Android, iOS. Uh,
Right.
it's not a Japanese operating system. It's a Indian, very Ayurvedic type of operating. So I take a lot of smoothie, a lot of yogurt. They have just now before our meeting, I had gone for a walk and I took this aloe vera yogurt. They have very good and convenient store.
Okay. Okay.
So I do a lot of maintenance for my stomach because I have diabetes for 23 years and mainly the problem happens in the stomach. So
Right.
it needs a lot of maintenance.
Okay. So why I ask this question? Because this podcast sponsored by the Prabodha, that they are expertise in terms of the yoga and wellness and retreat program. They do the
क्या
yoga
बात है
for all ages from across the global, and they are fitness. And I'm also certified yoga teacher as well, along with
क्या
my
बात है
corporate journey.
क्या
And Prabodha generally make the retreat where stress buster people take the classes, online, offline classes, and they operate from the multiple cities as the online, offline both. So I thought, let me understand your fitness mantra, and that's
बात
how define the you rooted to the your Desi avatar. That's called Desi avatar. Then you follow your nani and dadi's formulas. That's a good to know. Sir, I wanted to understand that culturally, if you see the India and the Japan, okay, in terms of work model, in terms of the uh, growth prospect, what do you feel the difference between from India to Japan?
They're totally different. Work culture is totally different. In Japan, you cannot say yes by yes is like writing on the wall. In India, people generally say yes and then say later on it changes to no. But in Japan, starts with no and then actually it is yes. So it is 180 degree. In Japan, whatever you talk, you have to talk in a very soft tone and very disciplined. You cannot talk out of turn. And there are like three S. There is smile, sleep, and silence in Japanese meeting.
Okay.
Indian meetings are very loud. It's very totally different. 180 degree.
Oh, I see. So,
Hmm.
so how you adjusted, sir, once you reach landed to Japan? How you adjusted this culture from Mumbai?
No,
Now, how this culture shifted?
I
Yeah.
come from small town, so our parents, our society from small town, they always reinforce that बच्चे संभल के रहना. So I'm very cautious, very afraid in meeting. I don't talk.
Any biggest challenge?
The biggest decision was starting my own company. Before starting, I was flying first class to Mumbai, New York, London, Tokyo, and from Tokyo, and there was to be taxi coming to my home in Tokyo, and Hyatt and whatnot, Four Seasons hotels,
Right.
and suddenly one day I stopped that and started with a small room in Tokyo. That was a big decision, but as I said, good people are always with me. So even though I took my decision just like that without much thinking, but then suddenly when I took my decision, people started motivating me. Okay, you can do it, and I was really amazed to see that one day after we started company in 2007 and 2010 actually 2009 or 10 2 3 years down the line we had Tokyo Commodity Exchange. Now it is part of Tokyo Stock Exchange as our client. As
Okay.
a small town person, I never imagined that stock exchange can become even TCS and Infosys. They don't have Tokyo Stock Exchange as our client, and money directly comes from their bank account to our bank account. So it's an amazing story in my life actually.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. You told. Can you just brief about your company, sir, Nozomi, which you currently founded and you are heading? Can you just brief what you are into and what services or product you are offering to understand for our audience? And How was so far journey about your company, the company currently you are? Yeah,
In 2007, we started this company because before that, I was the CTO of the French investment bank, CTO for Asia.
right,
So I had all the know-how, all the connection, all the investment, and people were saying that if you start your company, we will invest, and that happened. So then we started, doing the similar things like building a front office, middle office, back office system software, and then we became an independent software vendor for Singapore Stock Exchange first, and then we had also worked in Nepal, Nepal Derivative Exchange, and then came. So the journey, if you go from my home where I'm talking from now, the Tokyo Stock Exchange only 6 metro stations,
wow,
so close, 9 kilometers.
wow,
But to get there, I had to complete a journey of 16,000 kilometers to Nepal and come back. So that's the difficulty in entrepreneurship actually. Now people 20 plus, they think that okay, I will make this investment pitch and get investment and I'll do IPO. It is not that simple.
correct.
It takes like 16,000 kilometers of journey. Even though it looks like a 9 kilometer journey from here, but actually uh, it's not straight line. It's go up and down. So then so that happened, and then after that, once you become a client, once your client is stock exchange, then you have huge credibility. So you get clients automatically, the investment banks. This Tokyo Stock Exchange or any Bombay Stock Exchange is like Mahadev. So biggest. My name is also Mahadev, Mahesh.
Right,
Uh, so if you have bigger god on your side, smaller god like Nandi or
always with,
Indir, they all become your clients because
right,
you're with Mahadev.
right,
So
right.
that happened.
Good, good, sir. And I just wanted to again my previous question. Uh, how would you compare, especially for Japanese corporate culture with Indian corporate culture? Especially, I heard about that one concept. Japanese companies believe on the zero defect work. I don't know how much is true. This one. So can you give a lighter note on that?
Yeah, as I said, actually in Japan, there is a saying called Yasukaro Warukaro. That
Hmm.
means that Yasui means cheap and Warui means bad. So
Okay.
if the product is cheap, then it is bad. But in
Okay.
India, we start with cheap products. So it's a 180-degree difference actually. In India, we cannot achieve that. Not that our quality is bad, but we don't get price. So price is equal to quality actually. So in my LinkedIn also, I have said J is equal to Q. Japan is equal to quality. But
Hmm.
then J is equal to Q is equal to P actually. Price also has to be
Oh,
high.
right.
So we cannot blame Indian corporates because they don't get that kind of price. The culture is different.
Hmm.
Uh, it's a totally 180-degree culture. So in Japan, it's not that only because of price they have good quality. They also have a sense of quality. But if you don't get high price, you cannot achieve quality. So as an Indian, I can understand that the quality issue comes from price, not from genuine lack of quality.
Right, right, right.
Indian clientele will not pay higher price.
Of course, of course.
Hmm.
In your view, what can Indian companies learn from Japanese work ethics and vice versa?
I- if they can have a softer tone, it's there is a scripture called Yoga Vasishta, which Vasishta Guruji told to Lord Rama.
Hmm.
In the second chapter, it says Mrudu Swaram.
Right.
As I said, the Indian meetings are very noisy and a lot of time is wasted in actually noise. So the one thing that can they can learn from India is actually having meeting very peaceful and very orderly and writing in detail. In Japan, there is a Excel sheet for every project. So it will start on the day one. It will have only 5 lines,
Okay.
but by the end of the project, after 6 months, it will have 50,000 lines.
Okay.
And a lot of color actually, blue, red, and question 1.1, 1.1111, 1. And then we'll cross reference from 7 question number to 1.1. If you go to any Japanese project, you will find this Excel sheet.
Right, right, right.
So
And
the detailing is very important.
right.
And
Sir,
that's a boring job. Indian engineers don't like that.
Okay. Okay. Have you learned Japanese, sir?
Yes, yes. I came here and my bosses were very strict. So I had to there come. My bosses had come from IIT, IIM, and they already level one. So as a Deshpande is actually a synonym for being lazy or being like a zamindar,
Right.
my surname. But so I was in no mood to learn actually. But
Okay.
they made sure that okay, I learned.
Right.
And recently, my daughter and son they have also passed level one. Level one is like a PhD in Japanese.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's a lifeline. They are 27 and 22 and at this age. I cannot even think of giving level one, but they have already passed it.
Okay. For my audience, for just I know I can't understand, but just speak one line at least in Japanese, something which you wanted to communicate for this podcast.
皆さん 品質を考えてください。皆さん means audience or all or uh, people. 皆さん。品質 is quality.
Right.
考えて means think of quality.
Good.
Kudasai means please.
Right. Right. Right.